Active Investor here, bringing you another independent analysis. This time we're taking a look at ticker symbol TTNP. That's Titan Pharmaceuticals Incorporated. Knew there was another word there. Anyways, taking a look at TTNP. The chart we're looking at here today is a 2-hour chart. Each candlestick on this chart representing 2 hours of trading, and this is a suggestion from Merdank on Reddit. So Merdank, thank you for the suggestion. It's been a while since I took a look at TTNP, and actually I noticed I had these old pivot points up here. I guess when I was day trading TTNP on that run to 948, that high it made there, and I haven't really looked at it ever since, so I appreciate that suggestion. It is interesting looking at it now. So this is obviously, you know, the market, the day the market is reacting to Brexit and everything is down. Well, not everything, but a lot of stuff is down. Things like TVIX and whatnot are up, and a few companies are up, and TTNP is actually green on the day, up 1.06%, so that's pretty impressive. It's actually not having such a bad day today like the majority of the market. So let's take a look at some areas of support and resistance. In that thread I posted, I mentioned I was going to be focusing mostly on support, but since TTNP is actually not down that much, I figured we could look at a few areas of resistance as well. So those areas of resistance going to be $6.15 and then $5.78 on the way up. And we're trading right now at about $5.71, so really not too far off at all. And actually, one of the candles, it had a wick that literally got to 578, but it got denied slightly, and we're trading at about 571 now. So we did test 578 earlier, and that was actually right before the market closed. We tested 578, and there just wasn't enough buying pressure to push above it. Interestingly enough, the volume on that last candle was absolutely insane. The volume on most of the candles today was ranging from about 2,000 to about 15,000. And that last candle that did touch 578, that thing had a volume of 1,169,745. So a lot of buys going into TTNP at the very end of the day, right before the close. So just something interesting to note. Areas of support, if we do break down a bit, it's going to be $5.25, then $4.75, and then $4.25. So this is being $4.25, $4.75, $5.25, $5.78, and $6.15, of course, but just to clarify that. These areas up here you can kind of ignore. I mean, we're pretty far off from there, and it's so tight together. These are pretty intraday areas, so you can kind of just ignore those, but I didn't want to take them off the chart since I might use those again if we ever return to that range, and, you know, there's a good chance we might. So those are the main pivot points. We can take a look at the moving averages. 50 period is still above our candles, so we're still in an overall downtrend. We're going to need to break above that 50 period average to turn this thing around. But that average is at $6.01. So if we test 578 again, that average will be coming down. So it'll probably match up with that 578 area. It might be just a little bit higher. So if we test 578 and break it, we might have to break the trailing resistance that 50 period average is potentially going to bring. But it's not going to be too far off from 578. So if we can beat 578, we can probably beat that 50 period average. So not looking bad at all, really. 13 period and 20 period averages, the green and purple line, also in the bearish order, and not quite turning around yet. We want to see that purple cross over the green, so that didn't happen. The averages are not looking great, but overall these last few candles are nice. You know, we dipped here and then we made some higher lows there, and now we're testing up there. So it is starting to turn around, and these averages should reflect that if the price continues to keep turning around. Relative strength index at the bottom is probably going to indicate that the downtrend is still in effect. Let's go to where we are overbought the last few times. I'm actually going to turn that into a little bit of a smaller line. There we go. Make that slightly more accurate. All right, one more. There we go. You can see the RSI is telling us indeed that we are in a bit of a downtrend, but if you take a look, these last 3 points, pretty significantly lower, much lower, and this one almost identical, so that is reflecting that the trend is turning around. So it's cool to look at that, because if you just looked at the averages, it would tell us that the trend is still down, and it's still down pretty hard, but the RSI overbought points are telling us that the trend is actually reversing pretty well here, going in line with those higher lows on the candles and the test of 578. So TTNP is actually not looking bad to me at all, man. You picked a pretty good one. I know you also asked for dust, so I'll try to take a look at that next, but that's really all I got to say about TTNP for now. really not looking too bad. And just to reiterate, the volume on that last candle of the day, ton of buying pressure there, so this thing could definitely keep turning around. Good choice. Hope you enjoyed this analysis, and anyone else watching, hope you did as well. I'll catch you in the next video. Have a good one.